amazing guy, Marc Wachter, the founder of his life in a stage over here. Yep. Marc founded Live Ultimate out of his passion for health and wellness. And here he is to tell a story on why he founded it and tell you a little bit about the products.
Thank you, Rochelle. It's really a pleasure and honor to be here. I'm so impressed with the turnout. This is so cool. I had no idea what to expect when I came here today, but like I said, I'm humbled and I'm honored. This is really, really cool. And today is actually a really special day as I talk about, what we've accomplished with Live Ultimate, because I share this story, and Rochelle put it actually on the invitation, that I tell the story how I've been taking a green drink every morning for 23 years. Well, today is actually the anniversary of those 23 years. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you can see I put a post up today with a picture of a certificate that I received 23 years ago today, September 7th, 1996. I attended an event in Hawaii that was hosted by Anthony Robbins called Life Mastery, and it was Anthony Robbins and Deepak Chopra and many of the top experts on every aspect of living our best life possible. And I spent 10 days there, and I left that event on September 7th, received the certificate, and it was a profound positive experience for me, and I learned so many different things, but the biggest, main takeaway for me is the importance of an alkaline-based diet. And I wrote down in my notes that the foundation of peak performance in all aspects of life begins with a healthy, alkalized body. And 23 years ago, I didn't know what the word alkalizing meant, but it really means that foods are on a chart from either acidic to alkaline. Obviously, wheatgrass that was being served here is one of the most alkaline-based foods out there. And so I made a commitment when I left that event 23 years ago that I was going to start my morning every day by taking a green drink. And I thought if I did this one simple thing consistently, that it would, result in some powerful, positive benefits. And 23 years later, I can tell you that it was the best decision that I ever made. I have a hashtag we use, never miss a day. When my wife met me, she thought I was crazy taking this weird green concoction, and now she never misses a day. And everybody that I have an opportunity to share this with, I share that same passion. It really hit me at some point a few years back, several years back actually, that I really wanted to turn this passion of mine into a business. I had actually traveled to the mountains of Peru. I had a book written on superfoods from Peru, maca and camu camu berry. And it just really, one day I said, it's my passion, but I feel like I have something to share with the world. And so I set out to source the best, purest products in the world. And one of our other hashtags is uncompromising standards. And so I wanted to create a product line with truly the best and highest standards possible. So I went out to source the best ingredients from around the world. And our flagship product is called the Ultimate Elixir, and it's 25 of the most nutrient-rich supergreens and superfoods on earth. And you'll notice that we're USDA organic certified, we're kosher certified, we're vegan certified, we're 100% raw. We use only dark amber glass packaging, nothing in plastic. And these are all standards. I mean, it's hard to put together a product with that many ingredients, with that high of a standard, but I wanted to create a brand and products that would attract the most discerning wellness influencers in the marketplace. I always believed in the saying, if you build it, they will come. Well, I wanted to build a product line that I could be so proud of, and that the people with the highest standards would want to be a part of this brand, either as customers or to represent our brand. And as Rochelle is one of our amazing ambassadors that joined on to represent the brand, and I couldn't be more proud of her. And look at this turnout. And I've always said that I believe we have the opportunity to change the world. And if I could get everybody to start their morning by doing one simple thing, and that is taking the Ultimate Elixir every day, we would change healthcare costs, we would change the world. So this is a start, one person at a time. So that's really my story. Along with that, when my wife and I decided we wanted to have children, I had started researching her skincare line, because I didn't know anything about skincare, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't have toxins in our systems when we had children, and I started to learn about the toxins lurking in most major skincare products, and I was shocked. And there's so much evidence now that what we're putting on our skin is getting absorbed into our bloodstream and causing serious health issues. You don't need to take my word for it, you just simply need to go to Google and type in 2 words, cosmetics and cancer, and you'll see the research that pops up. The research strongly suggests that what we're putting on our skin is entering our bloodstream and causing serious health issues, including cancer. And so I use the same passion that I did to create our nutritional products in creating a skincare line that has the highest standards possible, the cleanest, best, purest products on the market. There's a certification that you can get from the Environmental Working Group. The Environmental Working Group is EWG.org, and I call them the toxicity police. And they are really promoting all about promoting skin safety. And they have a Skin Deep database, EWG.org/Skin Deep. You can type in any ingredient, over 70,000 ingredients out there, and it will give you the safety rating from a 1 to a 9. Well, we went one step further, and we wanted to get all of our products to be what's called EWG verified. To get our products EWG verified, EWG needs to not just look at each ingredient, but they need to do research on the source of origin of each ingredient. And this was a painstaking process that took us over 2 years to get. But every single one of our skincare products has this coveted EWG verified seal, which means you could basically eat our skincare products. They're so clean and so pure. We also have a CBD oil that's organic, third-party tested. Every product in this line is designed with the highest possible standard. So I couldn't be more proud of it. I'd love to answer any questions if anyone wants to learn more about it. I encourage everyone to sample the products. We have another nutritional product called Ultimate Shrooms. I was just having a conversation with Bruce about what makes these shrooms so special and where they're sourced from. And so when I created the Ultimate Elixir, my goal was to source the healthiest foods on earth and break them down into different categories. So you can see for our Ultimate Elixir, we have 8 different alkalizing greens. One of the categories was immune strengthening mushrooms. And for those that know anything about mushrooms, they are the hot buzz right now. Mushrooms are arguably the most healthiest foods on earth for building your immune support, cognitive function, energy, just overall health and wellness. And so I went on a mission to source the best mushrooms in the world. And when I found such an incredible mushroom source, I said it wasn't enough to have them in the Ultimate Elixir, so we created another nutritional product called Ultimate Shrooms. So they're here today to sample. I hope you guys will sample all the products. I hope you'll be willing to do what we call the Ultimate 30-Day Challenge, which is just give it 30 days, 30 straight days. Take the Ultimate Elixir, hopefully Ultimate Shrooms as well, mix it with a glass of water, your favorite juice or smoothie, and just give it 30 days. That's all I ask. If you can do this thing for 30 days, you will know after 30 days whether this is something that you want to do for the next 23 years, 30 years plus. And so if there's anything that I could share with my experience or wisdom, this would be the one piece of advice that I would give to anybody that would listen to me. So anyway, thanks everybody for your time, and I'll be here answering questions if anybody has.
Does anyone have any questions here for Mark? That anyone?
What's that? Well, sure. I mean, the elixir is, I call the elixir the evolution of the multivitamin. So it's basically a 25 different super greens and superfoods, just handpicked to give a full spectrum, a little bit of a lot of different, healthy foods. So it's the perfect all-around, nutritional supplement. There are shrooms in the elixir. So I always tell people, if you're only going to take one of our products, the elixir has a little bit of everything. But the elixir has 4 of the 8 mushrooms that are in Ultimate Shrooms, but in a small amount, because obviously the elixir is meant to have a little bit of a lot of different things. So there's 500 milligrams of mushrooms in a serving of the elixir. There's 3,000 milligrams, 6 times the potency in Ultimate Shrooms, and 4 additional mushrooms. So in the elixir, there's cordyceps, reishi, shiitake, maitake. There's an additional 4 in the shrooms: chaga, lion's mane, turkey tail, and oyster. So.
Is it a pill or a...
No, all of our products are whole food powders, and that's really important because everything I've learned about nutrition is that anything that's a pill has to be heat pressed to create a pill. Once it's heat pressed, it kills all of the nutrients in these precious, ingredients. And so these ingredients are all low temperature dried, vacuum sealed, turned into a powder, and then once you basically open it up, you mix it, and your body absorbs it so much better when it's powder, whole food powder mixed with liquid. So these are 100% raw whole superfoods sourced from the best organic farmers from around the world. These are foods. These are not, supplements, synthetic supplements or vitamins like we're used to, the old version of a Centrum vitamin. And that's why I call it the evolution of the multivitamin, because we've now learned that vitamins should come from food, from raw whole plant-based foods that our body can recognize. And so these simple little things to do, we're so fortunate now that we have access to be able to get these foods in our diet. And since there's access to it, why would we not, in my view, why wouldn't everybody want to do these simple, basic things and nourish our bodies? Yes?
What do you think of probiotics, and do you have them in your products?
Well, that's a great question. I am a fan of probiotics if they're the right probiotics. It's very difficult to create a probiotic that has the right, living properties, because it really should be refrigerated. There's a lot of challenges with it, and that's why we've held off so far on sourcing. I haven't been able to source a probiotic that would be, that has the same uncompromising standards of the rest of our product line. So I'm for it, but I'm very particular. I would be very particular on the sourcing of the probiotics. So
On that same line, the prebiotics or the enzymes.
Yep. Well, we have digestive enzymes in our Elixir through. You can see down here we have a plant enzyme blend with papaya, and we're using some different natural enzymes in there.
In the Elixir.
That is in the Elixir, yes. Yeah.
How do you order them?
Well, it's a great question.
You want to use them? You buy it at Whole Foods, you want it at Amazon.
We are primarily a network marketing platform. So you can go directly to our website and buy it.
Okay.
We're in a handful of high-end boutique retail accounts, Faina, the Edition Hotel. But that's not the main source of our business platform. We primarily sell through our ambassadors. So you can go to our website and buy the products, but if you buy them through Rochelle, you will get a better price. So we set up our ambassadors
Rochelle is
to always.
the way to go.
Yeah, Rochelle is always the way to go. It's
We have our
always.
other ambassadors here, Jerry, Brad, where's Brad? Mary, Tracy, Yvette. And Adam is the newest one.
Yeah, we have some incredible ambassadors. So what happens is, what I tell people is first, look, hopefully people fall in love with the brand and our products. And then if you fall in love with the brand and the products, many of those same people have said, hey, I'd be interested in actually becoming an ambassador and representing the brand, and then you can get even deeper discounts and you can share it with other people and build out a business opportunity from there. And that's something really interesting. I'd love to talk to anybody about it, but first and foremost, I want people to actually fall in love with the product. So I love that you're asking where to buy it from.
Do you guys have any stores here though?
No stores. We're not a
It's
store.
completely.
The business model is designed to sell through our ambassadors, and they all have their own website, and we set them up to make sure that they always give best pricing. So whatever retail or directly on our website where you can go, and there are options. Our Elixir is also on Amazon, but it's at a much higher price. And it's all designed, if you want to go there, but we always want to incentivize you to go through an ambassador, but that's by making sure that we never will sell the products for a better price than you can get through one of our ambassadors. And certainly my recommendation is that Rochelle hosted this beautiful party today. Everybody should support Rochelle by purchasing the products through her.
So we've all been kind of trained to take multivitamins over time, various things, and we've evolved, and I'm not sure, personally, I can recognize the benefit. What should you look for after 30 days or 60 days? I mean, theoretically, what are the kind of results that you're not holding you to them, or it's going to be different maybe for what are the types of things we should maybe expect?
I think it's a great question. One of the primary things that an alkaline-based diet does, and this is
number one thing that this drink does is it alkalizes the body. It bathes the cells in alkalinity. And an alkaline-based diet helps reduce inflammation. And when you reduce inflammation, everything functions better. It was something funny.
Let's go about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you will, who asked that? Was that you that asked that question? That's a great question. I actually think it does, but I'll share. Well, let me finish his question and then I'll talk about the taste, because both great questions and both questions that are answered in this booklet.
Okay.
So we have an FAQ and you asked two of the key questions. What should I expect to feel after a certain period of time? And one of the things that I've always noticed, and my wife who's here, I know she can, if she gets comfortable and wants to share her story, she can, but you get leaner. Most people get leaner because when your metabolism functions better.
What'd you say?
It's really it's the truth. That's one of the things that I've noticed, and yeah. When your body is functioning, look, here's something simple. If you nourish your body with the most nutrient-rich foods on earth, your body's going to respond in a positive way. Just like if you poison your body with unhealthy foods, it's going to get bloated and you're not going to look and feel as
Is it
good.
a similar approach? I know, like the alkaline waters have kind of become a fad.
Well, I think there's some similarity to
not the nutrients, right? But the same approach.
the same idea is, look, we want to be as alkaline as we can.
Right.
And look, I'm a big proponent of a primarily plant-based diet. I'm not vegan, and I'm not perfect at all. I love to go out, I love to enjoy myself, I love to drink wine, I love to enjoy eating all different types of foods. But I know every morning I'm going to neutralize whatever acidity I may have had from a night out by starting my morning every day with this. So you're going to you should feel more energy, your brain should clear up. Think about what you would feel like if you're if you have less inflammation in your body, in your brain, your metabolism starts to improve, everything starts working faster. I've always said I don't believe it's about calories in, calories out. Do you ever look at some really fit people and they're really ripped and they're shoveling food down their throat? It's because their body is working really efficiently. And when you're more alkaline, your body has less inflammation and it works more efficiently. So one of the results is that you'll look leaner. The other result is that you'll start looking younger. Your skin will improve. Your hair will improve. Everything will start to be better. It is, in my opinion, the closest thing. These ingredients are the closest thing to the real life fountain of youth. And so I'm so passionate about this. There's nothing gimmicky about this. I've been sharing with people the benefits of doing this long before I ever turned this into a business opportunity. But I just believe so much in the benefits of using food to heal our bodies. And so I feel all of those things: more energy, less, just less brain fog. You should hopefully sleep better. You'll feel leaner. Numerous health benefits.
So you clearly put a lot into this, right? From research to taking this into the market. I can't imagine what you clearly have a view of the future and where you want to take the brand. Where you want to take this brand. If
I'm going to be fully, look, I believe my goal is to turn this thing into the number one wellness brand in the world. I want the whole world to learn about Live Ultimate, and I want to challenge every other brand about making sure they create products with uncompromising standards. So I think I have very lofty goals for the brand, but most important, it's just about spreading goodness and making sure, number one, that everything we do with this company is done with uncompromising standards. So we have a True North mission statement. I don't even know, is our True North here, Rochelle? We actually have it in our office. And it begins with the words, is our True North here? Poster? It's okay. But anyway, our True North mission statement, which, by the way, I wrote one night at 4 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't sleep. She threw a pillow at me, and I had to tuck and type it in, where it all came to me, what this brand, what it was all about. And it begins with the words, with uncompromising standards and the belief that we must continuously evolve. And Live Ultimate creates next-level, best-in-class, all-natural wellness products that profoundly enhance the quality of people's health, appearance, and overall well-being. And it goes on from there. But the words uncompromising standards and the belief that we must continuously evolve because we're always learning, and I want to make sure as a brand, I'm always at the forefront of making sure that, look, at the end of the day, I want to create a legacy that I can be proud of and I can stand behind, and that's why I love this brand so much. And I love the name of the brand too, Live Ultimate. I mean, who does not, raise your hand if you don't want to look better, feel better, or live your best life possible. I mean, I think it's just such a fundamental, basic thing that we all want before anything else. Wake up one day when you don't feel well, and you have a cold or sick or whatever. It doesn't matter what you have going on in your life. If you don't feel good, nothing else really has meaning. And so that's why I think this is such an important thing to really share with the world. And my hope is that we get more and more ambassadors that fall in love with the brand and want to help spread this message so that we just, we change the world. Yeah, wow, lots of questions today. I like
That's good.
this. This is great. What's that? Do we have children?
Do you give it to them?
Okay, that's a great question. I try. We try. We try. We have 3 children, a daughter 8, a daughter 6, and a little boy that's 19 months, which, by the way, if you turn around real quick, you can see him right there on the left. There he is on the left.
I would love to hear your wife's testimony.
Come on up.
Hi, everyone. So, to answer your question, yes, you can, and we do give it to our children, but of course, you can't just give it with water. You make it with a smoothie, with a little chocolate, banana, something, so they don't feel the taste that we got used to, and we're fine with it, but for children, it's a little harder to drink, so you have to kind of
I'll really quickly tell you about the taste, and then Anastasia can tell you her story and experience with Live Ultimate. We put no fillers and no sweeteners in any of our products. So this product is 100% raw superfoods and super greens. That being said, I went through 8 versions of it to try and get it to be the most, what I call neutral taste possible. So most people describe it as tasting similar to an unsweetened green tea. I think it's like a matcha tea. I actually like the taste. You get used to it. So I love your experience and let me know what you think. It's actually one of the FAQs, and I say most people describe it as tasting similar to an unsweetened green tea. I think most people nod that tastes actually better than they thought it was going to taste.
I don't like sweet.
Yeah, I don't either. I've always said to people that you can always add something to it, mix it into a smoothie. We never do. We mix it simply with water because then there's never an excuse to miss a day. Plus, it's great to hydrate first thing in the morning anyway. But we made it taste, put it this way, we made it taste as good as we possibly can without adding anything because adding is never an option. And I tell people that don't like the taste, get over it. And find a way to drink it, put in a dash of apple juice or whatever you need to do, but don't make that the excuse to not make yourself healthier. Yeah.
Mark, do you recommend it like after pre-workout, or is it better to mix it with your protein after your workout? Because that's my
I'm most concerned about people fitting it into their lifestyle. We both take ours first thing in the morning on an empty stomach with a large glass of water. My experience is that first of all, your body absorbs it really well in the morning. It's a great habit to hydrate after sleeping for 8 hours. So a large glass of water is really good for you. And if you learn this habit of doing it first thing in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, it's before you really have time to think, or you have a stressed out day or some reason or something changed and then there's a reason not to do it. And so by doing it first thing in the morning, I have found that is, I think, the best time to do it anyway, number one, because it's a great way to start your morning. It's a great ritual, but it's also, I think, the easiest way to stay consistent. Now that being said, you can take it more than once a day, and you can take it for a pre-workout, you can take it after a workout. Many of our ambassadors have been preaching to people to start out taking it twice a day. which I thought at least was a little bit, I didn't want to push people on it too much. But the results that I've been hearing about from the people that were doing it twice a day for a couple of weeks to kind of kick it into gear have really been so positive that, I think it's a great idea to do it that way. But most important is about consistency. I don't think it's about how you're going to feel in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's about 6 months, 1 year, 2, 3, 4, and 23 years. So I want to stop and let I call her that's Mrs. Ultimate. And for those that want to check her out, hashtag Mrs. Ultimate. So I'm going to give her the floor.
Well, I gotta be honest, it took me a while to get used to the taste, and Mark has been taking the similar product, and as soon as we met, he started telling me about it, and I should get on it, and I'll feel great, and I tried a few times, and I quit a few times. But once, Mark created Live Ultimate Elixir, then I had to start, and I got used to it, and now every morning when I wake up, I crave it. I can't put anything in my body until I have that glass of Ultimate Elixir. I feel good, and then I can start my day. I take it once a day, but sometimes after workout. Now, I work out at Barry's Boot Camp, and they carry the product, so they put it in the smoothie. So after my workout, I always get one as well. So it ends up being twice a day.
And you take the shrooms every morning too?
Yes, and I noticed the difference with shrooms. I feel a lot of energy. So once I started taking it, and then there was a time when we ran out, it was back ordered or something, we didn't have it, and I noticed how my energy wasn't as high as when I was taking the mushrooms. So now I know before my workouts I have to take my mushrooms.
And we take our mushrooms. We whip up. We have a frother. We whip up almond milk, a scoop of shrooms in the whipped up frother, a little pinch of cacao powder, mixes really well, and a shot of espresso. And coffee.
Okay, that was my next question. Can you mix it with coffee?
The answer is that is probably the most popular way that people take them. For non-coffee. What's that?
Oh. Can you repeat the recipe, please?
Almond
Go to
milk,
his house.
almond milk, a scoop of shrooms, a little pinch of cacao powder, dark chocolate powder. Whip that up, and a shot of espresso on top of it. And for those that aren't coffee drinkers, the recipe's great, minus the shot of espresso. And by the way, one of our ambassadors is Dirt. You know Dirt Cafe? They actually have on the menu a shroom latte. And they actually, you can add a little CBD oil. So they have shroom lattes with an extra upcharge with our CBD oil in it too.
I have a question back here for you. So the heat from the coffee doesn't destroy?
Okay, great question. The mushrooms are the only ingredient in our product that are hot water extracted. That's how you pull out all the beneficial nutrients in these mushrooms. So the mushroom product can be hot or cold. The elixir must be either room temperature or cold water. You can't you can't bake.
So the elixir cannot be put in coffee?
No, and you wouldn't want to put the elixir in coffee anyway. It tastes gross.
Because I think they were thinking of putting the elixir into their coffee.
No, only the shrooms. Shrooms in the coffee.
Get your elixir, and then you just
So
make your latte with your
Exactly. I
chocolate milk and
try and
mushrooms.
make sure there's at least 10 or 15 minutes before I have the coffee, because coffee is very acidic. And the green drink is highly alkalizing. You don't want to be putting them together. So ideally, it would be better the longer you wait. But we have a very healthy breakfast, and it's just one shot of espresso with it. But we just enjoy coffee, so and so we just try and spread it out a little bit so that they're not taken just immediately together.
Well, they always say you should have 1 or 2 glasses of ice water in the morning anyway before you start your day. So I'm glad that. They say ice water. My neighbor does ice water from Canada.
Okay, it's cold up there.
That's cool.
Anybody have any questions?
What's the CBD stand for? CBD oil?
Oh, you're gonna. I have it on a little book, but I am not gonna do it right. I'm gonna have to grab one of the booklets to tell you the exact wording.
What CBD means,
Hold on, I can
okay.
tell you exactly. Okay. Cannabidiol. Yeah, cannabidiol.
Don't say that holding your tongue.
Yeah. Any other questions?
should I give up my multivitamins, all the ones that I take now for this? Or do I take them all?
Okay. I have to take a look at which ones you're taking. I want to make sure that they are whole foods, and personally, I don't think you need them unless you have a specific deficiency of something that you need something extra. I think we should be getting our vitamins from food sources, and this is such a wide range of different foods that you're getting in this that it should cover just about anyone. But if there's some specific need that you have, then you may want to supplement it with something else.
And Mark, the dark bottle is
FOMO.
the lighting, right?
Yes, and we also don't want to use anything plastic. Plastic, research shows that plastic leaches into ingredients, and so for us that's a big no-no for our brand. And so, but the dark glasses.
I do intermittent fasting a lot.
What's that?
I do intermittent.
Oh, intermittent fasting. Yeah, great.
So I guess it's a good.
It's a great thing to use for as part of an intermittent fast. Yeah. Because it's just, you're getting really just very easy on the digestive system, but you're getting a lot of nutrients. Wow, lots of questions. I love it.
Do you use this to replace breakfast, or do you have breakfast after?
No, I have a very healthy light breakfast. I'll tell you what my breakfast is every single morning. I'm like clockwork. So I mix the elixir with a glass of water, and I toast a piece of, do you know Ezekiel, the sprouted? Yeah, sprouted bread. So I toast that up. I put on raw organic almond butter on top. I have berries on the side, and I have my shroom latte. So that's my breakfast after the elixir. Yeah.
I just want to tell you guys, I've only been taking it for a month. I thought it'd been longer, but I checked, and I actually have only been taking it for a month. But I've been doing at least once a day the mushrooms and the elixir, and I just started using all the
skincare
creams
products
and stuff too, because I bought them to get it all for wholesale. And I have to tell you though, I'm feeling great, and I get more energy than ever. I think it really is helping my
digestion,
inflammation. Yeah. And I do it as part of an intermittent fasting as well. And so in the middle of the first thing in the morning, I have my coffee and the mushrooms, and then at about 10 o'clock I start getting hungry. So I just have that elixir, and then I can hang tight until 12 or even 1 o'clock to eat anything else for the rest of the day.
Well, I want to share with you something too, which one of the things that inspired me to create this brand. So I'm 53 now. I started when I was 30 years old. I went to that Tony Robbins event, and so for 10 years I was taking a green drink every morning, and then I had all my blood work done when I turned 40, and everything looked great. But what was particularly interesting was my testosterone level was really solid high, and my doctor had thought that maybe I was taking HGH, because somebody at that age, that was really, really impressive to him. And then when I turned 50, my results were almost identical to 40, and which was even more dramatic because it started to drop quite a bit. And I started doing serious research, and it's in the booklet. It says, is there any scientific evidence that an alkaline-based diet, particularly deep dark greens, has a benefit? And the answer is yes. The National Institute of Health has basically proven through studies that deep dark greens in your diet naturally increase growth hormone, that's the fountain of youth. So that's why taking deep dark greens, including the amazing fresh wheatgrass that you have, so I know you agree completely on all of this, that these things are so healing for our bodies that, without trying to sound salesy or gimmicky, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't we want to be nourishing our bodies with these things? And so, I'm just trying to teach, keep it simple. This is so simple. This is not hard to do. Like 23 years, today's my anniversary of 23 years doing this every single day. And it hasn't been a difficult challenge. Is there anything difficult about what we do every morning? No, in fact, we look forward to it every morning because we wake up, it gives us energy. When we don't have it is when we really get, feel cranky or something's off. We were on vacation, we just brought the bottle with us and just mix it every morning. We don't even explain it. It's just whoever's up first hands the other one the green drink, we drink it down and then start the day.
Do you have to refrigerate it?
No, in fact, it's better not to be refrigerated. Room temperature, which is not great for the product. Yeah. Wow. Oh, more questions. I love it. No, it's okay.
About the skin products or the skin what you offer it?
Yeah, so we have a line of 5 products. I'd like to say our line is small but mighty. I don't think we need more than that. We actually call our skincare line Skin Nutrition. So we have a facial cleanser, which I know you are a huge fan of. It's amazing. It's got little bamboo silicates in it. It's very exfoliating, really, really nice.
We never heard her story, by the way.
Yeah, I think you guys want to hear from Mrs. Ultimate, don't you? Yeah. Well, we're going to bring her back up in a second, but we have...
Not wearing makeup. I'm so comfortable now with taking the Elixir and using the skincare that I feel like I don't need to put anything on my face. I feel like, it's not breaking out, it feels good, I let it breathe, and I feel more comfortable now not even wearing makeup.
We literally, when we created these skincare products and we went for this EWG verified seal, myself and our botanist and the key people in our company that were working on this, we literally researched every single nutrient and brand that we respect and looked at every ingredient in every one of those products and made sure that we put in every single thing we thought were the most beneficial, nutrient-rich skincare ingredients on the market. So it must be our 4th or 5th iteration of what we've done as we evolve with these skincare products. So these skincare products are loaded with skin nutrients. I would really put these up against any other skincare product on the market. Now, we don't put anything in here that would have a high rating on EWG. In fact, if you go to ewg.org/skin deep, and I recommend that you do, when you type in Live Ultimate, you're going to see that we have 1s across the board. That's the safest, and it has that EWG seal. And why that's so important is that once you become educated and mindful about really the fact that what we're putting on our skin is getting absorbed into our bloodstream, you need to take the same approach with skincare as you do with eating foods. You wouldn't eat chemicals, I wouldn't think. If you knew better. And you shouldn't put chemicals on your skin. You just shouldn't do it. And so, I think the benchmark needs to be, and people ask this question, is it as effective as these chemical-based skincare products? My answer is I think they're more effective, but it may take a little bit longer because what we're doing is we're nourishing and healing the skin. We're not putting some gimmicky thing that's going to make the skin look better for a short period of time. We're trying to naturally take care of our skin. And so we have a cleanser, we have a facial serum, which I love for guys. It's the best aftershave in the world. And they're all unisex. We have a day cream, which has zinc oxide, non-nano zinc oxide in there, so it's a light sun protection as well. We have a night cream and we have an incredible eye cream. One of the ingredients in our eye treatment, we put in enough active levels that we can make the claim that it has a 50, and it's in our booklet with the product, a 52% reduction in fine lines and wrinkles over a 28-day period. So they work. Yeah.
Jeff is 62. Tell him your experience with the eye cream.
I may be younger.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
It carries it everywhere.
It's amazing. Yeah, the ingredients in there are best in class. So I'm glad you're noticing it.
What's noticeable is that everything is noticeable.
Yeah.
And when you utilize, all the products, my first reaction was, wow, this is really good. I mean, just the feeling of it.
Yep.
So.
Well, thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. That's a great testimonial. Awesome. I didn't know you were using the eye cream. A great product. I'm a big believer that they work synergistically together. And so we talk about wellness and beauty from the inside out and the outside in. Now, if you slather the best skincare products in the world on your skin, but you're feeding your body with acidic-based foods, not much is going to do to improve your skin. Skin health, a big part of it is gut health. So when you're healthy from the inside, your skin is going to reflect that. But to be able to nourish it also from the inside out and then from the outside in is, to me, the perfect combination. So Anyway, did you guys want to hear again from Mrs. Ultimate? I don't think I'm not sure, but what story did you want to hear about from Mrs. Ultimate?
I'll tell one story. Because the last pregnancy that I had was already well into me taking the Ultimate Elixir, and I noticed a big difference from the 2 previous pregnancies because it was much easier not to gain weight. I felt healthier. I feel like our baby was super healthy when he was born, and I'm sure it was because of all the ingredients that I was, putting in my body, and he was feeding off it. So I don't know, it really was helpful, and I didn't feel sorry for details, but when you're pregnant, I wasn't constipated, or if I felt great, I felt full of energy. I didn't gain much weight. The weight came off really fast. I don't know, within a few next few weeks after delivering, I was back to normal, and those are my abs.
Yeah. Oh. You gotta show her those abs. I mean, she literally has a 6-pack. It's incredible, and she didn't have it, by the way, when I first met her. And so as she got older, it got better. And that's the truth. I mean,
I've always been I never had one definition in my stomach, and ever since I started taking the Elixir, I have a definition in my stomach. So it's like I've been a competitive athlete my whole life, and I never had definition like I do now. So it's like.
Yeah. And I see the difference with girls that start taking it. I see them, working out a lot. They're at the gym every day. They're struggling, but it's still something is not moving. And as soon as they get on the Elixir, you just see the difference, because they're putting the work in, they're taking care of their nutrition, and their bodies just, react. It's amazing.
So do you follow any other kind of diet regimen?
I eat everything. I don't eat junk food, and I know when to stop. I learned that you never overeat and expand your stomach and things like that. But I never go on a diet, and I never tell myself there's something I can't eat. So I want dessert, I'll taste it. I'm not gonna go crazy and eat a lot, but.
Yeah, we don't believe in diets. We believe in just a healthy lifestyle, because a diet is challenging. We want to challenge ourselves. We want to enjoy ourselves, but by putting in the right foods, your body's going to just get more efficient. And as you age, you actually can, we like to say we're growing younger every year, and that's our goal, is by just doing doing some basic, simple things, and it really makes a huge difference. So I love this audience, by the way. Thank you guys. You really just made it such a pleasure. I did not expect it.